Let's find how we can find the rhythm from the note values, rests, and dotted notes, and even ties. We want to see how we can utilize them so that we can get at least the rhythm and find how we can find our rhythm. First of all, let's look at some of these things. Let's remind ourselves of the notes. We talked about the semibrief, which is 4 beats. You have the semibrief, which is 4 beats, and it is written as an oval. And then the rest of the semibrief is just a hanging shaded square, something like a shaded square or rectangle, something like this. It's just hanging like that on the fourth line. It is hanging on the fourth line. Then we have got the meaning where we have got a head with a stem. The other time I talked about this one to be a tail. This time around, it is a stem. It's a stem, and the stem is, you can see here, it is on the left if it is facing down, and it is on the right if it is facing up. And the meaning is 2 beats, and then we can see here the rest of the meaning is just resting. It is just on the third line. And then you can see here the stem is, it must reach at least an octave, both looking down and looking up. Let's look at the crochet just as the meaning, but now this time around it is having a shaded head, and just denoted as the notes just are just denoted as the meaning in the staff, only that the head is shaded. And now you can see the rest of the meaning is being denoted with a figure like this. This is the sign of the rest of the meaning. This that you have silent for for a crochet, for 1 beat. Then we have got, you can see also an inverted 7 representing as well the rest of the crochet. Now we also have a half of the beat which is called the quiver, and this quiver now is having the stem with the shaded head, and this shaded head is also having a tail. This one is the tail now, is having the tail, and the tail is also called the flag. Now these, you can also write them just as you are writing the crochet and the meaning, but now you are going to include the tail. Now this time around, the rest for the quiver is having just is being written just as 7. We also have the semiquiver which is having a shaded head with a tail, with a stem and a tail. Now this time around the tails are 2, not as 1 as in the quiver. Now the tails are 2. Now as you write them, you are going to just write the shaded head, then you at least make sure that the stem is covering at least an octave in the staff. Then we also have these going downward, it is just the same, but now this time around it is on the left. The stem is on the left, and if you can notice, all the flags are facing towards the right. Then we have these something like a 7. Then you add a hook for the rest. You add a hook for the rest in case of the semi quiver. Let's look at the dotted notes. These dotted notes are also going to be used in making your rhythm. Uh, the dotted note is when you have the note, you will put the dot just after the note. For example, this is our meaning. You will put the note just after the dot, just after the note. Now it will add a half of the number of beats, a half the value of that note to it. It will extend it, or it will increase its value by a half. So it means that when you have a semi-brief like this, having a dotted note, you are going to add a meaning to it. When you have, it will be a semi-brief plus a meaning. Just as you can see, we have got a semi-brief having 4 beats, then you will just have to add 2 beats for the meaning. It is represented as, you can also represent it using ties in some cases. Now, when you are representing them using ties, you have a semi-brief plus a meaning. Now you have to put this sign so that to tell us that it has been tied. You can also do the same to the meaning. Meaning is having 2 beats. Now when you dot the meaning, you are going to add a half of the 2 beats, which is 1 beat. So you are going to have how many number of beats? 2 beats plus 1. So you are going to represent it as well as a meaning plus a crochet which has been tied. You can also do the same to crochet. When you dot the crochet, you are going to have that value to be 1 beat plus a half of the beat. And then you are going to, you can see here we have got 1 beat, which is a crochet, plus that quiver, which is half of the beat. So you are going to represent it as this or as this in some special cases. You can also have a dotted quiver, which is just a half of the beat plus a quarter of the beat. Will give you 3/4 of the beat. So it means that it must be complemented by at least another beat to make it to be a full beat. Now, you can also represent it as this in some cases. You can also represent it as a quiver plus a semiquaver. Semiquavers can also be dotted. When they have been dotted, you have got a quarter beat, then you add an eighth of a beat, which is the semiquaver. Now you can have them as quiver here. Then you also have an eighth of the note. Then you just have to tie them. These dotted notes will have to elongate. They are going to make those values to be a bit longer so that you can at least have more and more time or on the same note or on the syllable. Rhythm, now using the notes that you have just learned. Here we have got the first one, which is a whole note, is having 4 beats. Now, how are you going to count those 4 beats? We have got these 2 bars written in those meanings. How are you going to sound? How are you to count them? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How does it sound? How does it sound in clapping? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move to the meaning. How are you going to count the meaning now in your rhythm? We have got the first meaning having 2 beats. Now we are going to have it like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so that you can get at least all those notes well. Now you are going to have at least each and every note having 2 beats. Now here we are having at least 1 beat in 1 beat represented by a note. You are going to have the note sounding like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And now you can see there are 4 here to make the whole bar for this case, for the case of this type of our time signature. So we have got 4 here and then the other 4 the other side. So that one depends on how you are going to have those time signatures represented. Let's continue again with the quavers. How are you going to have those quavers being counted? Now, because we have got at least our beat counting 1, 1, 1, 1. Now I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can have them. This is the first beat, the second beat, the third beat, then the fourth beat in the bar. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can continue 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that in each and every beat, I'm having two half of the beats. Now, for us to have semiquavers, when you still continue with the counting or in that distribution, you are going to have, you can see here, I've done something called beaming, and I've beamed them in according to the beats which are going to have. Now, each and every beat is going to have 4 beats. Now, if I have my beat as 1, 2, 3, 4, each and every time I count 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to have 4 tappings that I'm going to have there in. So I'm going to have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, so that you can have all those rhythms well represented. It is a bit challenging sometimes to have the distribution of these notes and the exact values or the exact values of the notes, especially these shorter ones, because it tends to be more thrilling. Some people can tend to be not even something like 1, 2, 3. It is not even. So you need to at least relax so you can get all of them well, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get all those notes well. We are going to mix those note values so that you can get at least rhythm which you'll find in various music. And look at here, look at this example here. We have got a minim, then we have got quavers, crochet, quavers, then we have crochet and minim. Let's go and let's find how it sounds. Let's start. Ta 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 ta. So you can get that well. I can repeat. Ta 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 ta. You can get that one well in such a rhythm. Let's go to this other one again. We have got crochet, quavers, semi-quavers, which are four, two quavers, four semi-quavers. Then we have got a crochet again. Then we have got a minim and then a rest. How does it count? How does it count? Ta 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 rest. So that you can get all. You can repeat. Ta 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 rest. If you have 3 beats in a bar, how will we have those rhythms represented? And now, this time around, we have made it even more difficult by making dotted crochet, and then we have got dotted quiver as well in this area. So let's see how it can sound. How does it sound if these ones are 3 beats in one bar? Now let's see. It will sound ta 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 ta. Again. Ta 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 ta. At least you'll find it better in such a way. Now let's see a rhythm that is having some sudden movements which you didn't expect. Which let you say how we are having the first thing that is we are having is the quiver. Then in a beat, the quiver then followed by a crochet, which is also connected to another beat. It sounds very uneven in this beat or distributing our beats. How does it sound? Then we also have a tie here, which is connecting these two crochets, making it even to be longer. And then we have got dotted minim. Let's see how it sounds. How does it sound? Ta 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 ta. Again. Ta 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 ta. So that one will make you to at least understand how it is sounding well and how you can at least get those rhythms. Even if you've been given in what format, you can easily get them when you have distributed your beats well. I will welcome you to like, comment, and subscribe and share. May we meet next time as we have the next lesson.